So today we with Carlos Filipe. Hi,
Hello.
is that correct how I pronounce it?
Carlos Filipe, yes.
Very
The
good.
Portuguese way.
Very good. Thanks for coming on our channel. And as you see, as it says here already, photography. So,
Yes.
and you make some amazing pictures. I've been following you on, on social media, and look at this girl, I guess.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Hopefully a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl. It's a girl from Alentejo. It's
Yeah.
Mariana.
Beautiful pictures. I mean, fantastic. So, first of all, tell us a bit about you and what got you into photography and, having these superstars in front of your camera.
So I started photography around 12 years ago, and I did the normal photography like portraits and fashion. Mm-hmm. Then I arrived to a point of my life where I stopped being creative. I had a blackout because I could not be creative, so I decided to stop for a few years. Mm-hmm. I decided to travel around the world. I went to all the continents. I've been living in Australia just to open my mind. And when I came back to Portugal, I decided it was time to go back to photography, but also to adopt an animal. I wanted to adopt an animal. Mm-hmm. And so I got my dog, which is Boris. The manager of the company, my boss. And when I adopted Boris, I started to get to know a little bit about the animal welfare. I didn't know about the adoptions. The first time I went to an adoption fair, I hid myself in a building because I was afraid of going there, fall in love with an animal, bring the animal home, and then...
Or 2 or 3 or 4.
And then think about it and think maybe it was not a good idea. Maybe I was thinking, but it was not a good idea. And the lady called me. She said, listen, you can come here because you won't take the animal this way. It's not that easy. So I was a little bit more calm about it. After I got Boris, I wanted to help the animals, but I'm not a very good person, to go outside and rescue and go after the animals and do all that kind of things. So I decided to help with what I do, with photography, because I used to see photos on social media, and the photos were so depressing. The animals, they looked so sad, and I thought to myself, I would never adopt an animal like this. I can only feel sorry for him. Mm-hmm. And maybe he has problems. Maybe he's traumatized. You see lots of problems in that face.
In the picture, yeah.
And sometimes they are not even there. It's just a bad photo, or it's a complicated animal. I don't know. So I decided to offer my job. And the first phase was not to photograph the animals, but to raise money for the associations. Mm-hmm. So I would go to shopping centers, I would place my flashes, and everyone that would go and take photos with me, I would give the money to an association. Right. So it was before COVID, and we raised almost 5,000 euros in 2 years, maybe. Wow. And then I started meeting associations, offering my services. And then João once called me, João Ferreira, saying, I would like to thank you for what you did, and I would like to ask you for help with some animals that we have. We think that with the photography it might help. And this is how I met João, and after that we started photographing animals. And by my calculations, and I'm very bad at math, I think we do a medium of 600 to 700 dogs a year in photography.
Wow.
And we get good adoption rates. I know that because they send me messages saying, hello, remember me? This is my new house. It was because of you. Fantastic. My family caught the plane. They came from Germany. Sometimes they came from Denmark, in Portugal as well. And this is how we started this little business. I always speak in plural because I always say that I work for Boris, my dog, because it was because of him that I started this. And it's been almost 4 years, and it's been growing and growing and growing. And I couldn't be happier. And in 12 years of photography, I discovered what I really like to do in the last 4 years.
So you got your passion back through the animals, and
completely
fantastic.
Completely.
And you're doing something with a even bigger purpose.
Yes.
You're changing lives through the photography.
Yes. And it was not meant to be, It was not something that I decided, no, I want to be a good person. I don't want to go to hell. I want to make a difference in the world. No, it was something, and I know this because I have a project that I did, which is Imperfect Friends, where I photograph animals with disabilities, and I show their beauty to people to see they are different, but they are unique. And it got so much promotion, and lots of people started looking at it.
Because you've been on TV?
Because I was on TV, and everyone was saying, "Oh, now you are famous." And I said, "No, I'm not famous. They are famous. Please show them."
So you're basically showing the best side, or like the humans, we have a good side, and animals as well. So you're bringing the beauty out of...
Because a good photo, it shows you a lot. And sometimes...
also your character, I guess.
I think so. The problem is that if you take the photo of the animal, like in the shelter, but if he's not ready, because animals are like people, they have to be ready for it. And that's when I go to shelters, the first thing I say is we have to remain calm, because we are going to flash their eyes. Some animals are afraid of thunderstorms, they are afraid of lightning, so it's stressful.
And you can't just say smile.
No, you cannot say smile. And the worst thing is that not all the places where we go, they have conditions. Some of them we have space, others we have to do it in the veterinarian room. And animals, they go there and they know what they do there. It's not a good place for them. So their levels of stress just go upscale. And
so you have to be
extra practical with them, and especially you have to have patience, because that's what I always tell people. You have to have patience, because you're not going to get the pose, you're not going to get the look that you imagined. But if you have patience, sometimes they give you more than you were waiting. And the animals in the kennels, in the associations, they are beautiful animals, but they are not in the best conditions. The kennel can be like super luxurious. It can have all the conditions, but it's still something temporary. They need to have their definitive home. And that's why when we go to the kennels, and sometimes we do 2-3 photo shoots for the same dog, and we get connected to them because we know them for 2 years, 3 years. And I play with them and I say, "Oh my God, are you still here? Again, you are just wasting my time. I already did photos with you." But in the inside, it's very stressful for me, because in a way I feel a little bit responsible, because I already showed them to everyone and it didn't work. So now I have to do it even better. So
it's a good challenge as well.
Yeah, sometimes it can be frustrating. If it was like 10 years ago, I would have given up, because it's too much pressure.
Yeah.
You have like lives in your hands. And people say, "Oh, it's just a photography." No, it's not just a photography. No. Some of them, it's the only way they are going to come out.
The only chance,
They are going to come out.
Their lifeline.
Because some of them, in most of the places, you show like the little dogs or the most beautiful dogs. And I liked the ugly dogs, because for me they are beautiful. And when I say, "Oh, he's so nice," "Oh no, he's not nice. He's so ugly." No, he's not ugly. It's different. Yeah. And
that's your artist side coming through.
Yeah.
You see things different.
And you have to see the beauty on them. And the most funny thing, and I challenge everyone that goes to a shelter, you see the photo, and the photo can be deceiving, because you see a very beautiful dog smiling to the photo. But when you go to the shelter, sometimes it's just a cover, because when you go and you see the story of the animal, it's hard, it's sad.
You had me in tears with your last post about the shelter. I was in tears.
Times. Welcome to my world. I cry a lot when I write them, because the texts that I write, it's not something just to be beautiful. It's the way I see it. Yeah. It's the way I think about it. And the good thing about photography is that, for example, you see a dog and it's beautiful, and when you go and meet him, they say, "But yes, but he doesn't like cats, or he has a problem with this." But you are already in love with him. So the problems that he has are not as big as they were before you see the photo, because now you have a connection with him.
Yeah.
And the photography, it's also good because imagine you see a dog, you go to the shelter, I want to meet this dog. But maybe this dog is not good for you because maybe he doesn't like children and you have children. He doesn't like cats, you have cats. But, ta-da, you went to the shelter.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a good thing. Or maybe you go because you want a dog, but then you come out with another dog
one.
or two dogs.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing because it connects people, and that's what I like about what I do is I show them, and if they are imperfect or if they are perfect, people they feel connected.
But they always say imperfection can be beautiful as well.
Exactly, they are perfect with their imperfection. And when I write, I launched a book 3 years ago, which were the Imperfect Friends, and I always write, let life be perfect for you, even with the imperfections. That's everything. That's all that I write, because I used to complain a lot. I was a very shallow person. I was completely with clothing and computers and stuff. And after I met the animals, and especially these stories, I value life in a whole different way.
I think we can.
And when I start thinking about, oh my God, I have a problem in my life, I think about Allegra. She only has 2 legs. I think about another dog. He doesn't have any eyes. So those are real problems, and they don't make it real problems. And in photography, it's really nice because sometimes the person likes the photography so much they only notice that the dog only has 3 legs after a few moments.
Exactly,
because they get so
the
hypnotized in the eyes.
Of the face, of their eyes.
Exactly. So we are fooling a little bit people. It's like fooling in a good way, which is don't look only at the bad things. Just first you look at the good things, and the rest it's like a waterfall of ideas. That's the way I see it.
No, that's a very, very meaningful job you do,
Yeah.
and the dogs can be happy to be photographed in such a beautiful way. And thanks for what you do to give them such a chance. And
no need to think. It's
so
it's
maybe,
a mission.
Maybe I get my photo taken back.
Why not? Why not? If
well.
you want me, I can bark. I learned how to bark really well to
Very
do the
good.
noises.
Very good. Now, thank you so much for sharing an insight, and we will share Carlos's Instagram. You can follow, and he does amazing photography. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for what you do for the animal welfare.
Thank you.
Thank you.